Hello, good evening homeschoolers! Magandang gabi po sa kanilang lahat. It's Friday and I love Fridays because pag Friday, Saturday, then Sunday, so pahinga po. And it's really a privilege for us to always do this in iHomeschool PH because alam po namin na ang mga topics na binibigay po namin dito ay hopefully po ay makatulong po sa kanilang lahat. Magandang gabi po sa kanila. Anyway, lagi po tayo nagsa-start with a disclaimer, okay? We are doing contents here. We are trying our best to make information and contents not for you to be convinced na, hey, you should do this, okay? Kasi po baka iba naman po tayo ng opinion at iba naman po tayo ng pinagdadaanan. So, we are not here to endorse. Hi, Jane. Hi, Ma'am Angel. Wow, bago talaga Novinatics. I love it, Angel. Thank you so much. Nako, I hope to see you and hug you soon, Angel. Hello. Jane from Qatar. Magandang gabi po sa kanilang lahat. So, I was saying, okay, hindi po kami dito para mag-endorse. Nandito po kami para bigyan po kayo ng choice. Okay? Na hopefully po ay maging maganda po ang choice ninyo at makatulong po kami kahit konti sa inyong homeschooling experience. Okay? Kumbaga, consider niyo po kami na parang kaibigan. Okay? Marami pong salamat sa pagkakataong ito. Thank you so much, Angel. Thank you for tagging all the friends. Thank you so much. Okay. Now, sobra ko excited, di ba? For the past few months and weeks, we're talking about the different types of methods. Hi, Berea. And I know we talk about Charlotte Mason and we talk about classical conversation. Now, kasi I've been looking, tapos yung pala nga, no, may kakilala pala ako sa Montessori at it's really under my nose. And I'm so privileged to be able to introduce to you our guests because ang dami-dami po niyang pinagdaanan at alam ko pong madami po tayong matututunan sa kanya. Okay, her name is Ross Baylon. She is married to Engineer Louis Baylon, structural designer, with 3 kids, Hannah, graduate of BS Entrepreneurship in Miriam College, Eunice, 4th year BA Marketing Miriam College, and Dirck, grade 12 at Berea School of Arts and Sciences. Naku ate, magtatanong ako dyan later. She homeschooled her kids, elementary and junior high school. She is a graduate of Business Management, major in Marketing, Masters in Christian Education, major in Family and Children's Ministry, and presently the school administrator of Montessori at Work Incorporated. So, you know, out of her frustration from the regular school teachers, Montessori at Work was born. And her homeschooling background helped her research, write, and develop the materials from preschool to grade 6 and is really approved by DepEd. So, madami po siyang kwento kung paano niya po nagawa ito. Saka ano ba talaga ang Montessori? So, without further ado, I would like to introduce to you our guest, Madam Rose Baylon. Magandang gabi po, Madam.
Good evening, Miss Novi. Good evening, everyone.
Yes, kamusta na po kayo? Ngayon lang po tayo nagkita, nag-chat tayo na pero ngayon lang po kayo nakita physically. Kamusta po?
So far, so good. Medyo maraming trabaho.
Oo nga no? Malapit na po yung pasukan. But anyway, kasi alam ko madami pong questions about Montessori. So I just want to ask, ano ba talaga tong Montessori? Saan po ba ito nag-originate? What is Montessori?
Montessori basically is not a school. That is the name of Miriam Montessori. Kaya lang, naging school na siya in a sense na dahil dumating doon sa point na yung kanyang methods of teaching ginawang brand name niya. Kaya tinawag siyang Montessori School. Pero basically, when you say ngayon sa dictionary, if you look at the term Montessori, i-define nila to not as according to the name of Maria Montessori, but as a school. Kaya nung nag-a-apply kami ng name ng DepEd, we don't want to use Montessori School kasi pag tinignan mo, si Montessori as defined na school, magiging redundant. Pero primarily, the name Montessori is the surname of Maria Montessori.
Oh, okay. So, ano po ni-start ni Maria Montessori? So,
Si Maria Montessori she's an Italian doctor. Nung panahon ng giyera, that was World War II, maraming mga misplaced na bata. So what she did was, tinuturuan niya itong mga batang to ng methods of different ways on how to educate the children. Since walang materials, walang libro, walang kahit ano, what Maria Montessori did was whatever is in the house of these children, yun ang ginagamit niya to teach yung mga lessons nila. Wala naman nung panahon na yung English, math, reading, wala naman ganung subjects. Basically, what she's teaching is about life in general, what we call now life skills. And what she's teaching is how these children can read and how these children can communicate themselves well.
Okay. Madam, kasi we're talking about, syempre, Montessori is a method, no?
Now it is a method.
Because of homeschooling. Madam, paano ba kayo nag-start? Paano ba kayo nag-start mag-homeschooling? Bakit ka na-decide mag-homeschooling, Madam Rose?
Primarily, nung panahon na yon, kasi dalawa pa lang yung kids ko noon, dumaan kami sa financial struggle. And one of my friend na nasa Victory, sabi niya, Ate Rose, introduce kita sa homeschooling. Since sabi niya, you're a full-time mom, at mahilig ka namang magturo, so sabi niya, it will work well with you. So, pinuntahan namin, tinignan namin, nung makuha ko yung paces, nakita ko yung paano sila magpatakbo ng Montessori. What I did then was, basically it was not Montessori, it was a good homeschool provider, complete with materials. So, ginamit ko siya. Ginamit ko sa mga anak ko. It helped us a lot in many ways. Pero, I started teaching my children as early as preschool. Nung mag-homeschooling kasi sila, grade school na sila eh. During their preschool days, what I do was, kapag meron silang assignments, I will work on their books. Gagawa akong sarili kong drill sheet nila while nap time. Kasi pag galing na sa school, kukunin ko yung bag nila, kukunin ko yung laman ng mga books nila, and then gagawa ako sarili kong drill sheet. Pagdating ng gabi, while cooking dinner, paupuin ko sila sa table, and then bibigyan ko sa kanila yung mga drill ko, saka namin gagawin yung assignments nila. So that is how we do schooling. And then, nung mag-homeschool sila, hindi na kami hirap kasi gano'n na yung method namin. Nung mag-homeschool sila, since meron ng material talagang ginagamit, dinadagdagan ko lang yon. Mahilig akong gumawa ng gano'n eh. Until finally, umabot na ng grade 6 sa mga bata. Nung mag-grade 6 na, yung mga, syempre, traditional, iba yung generation namin. Yung mga kapatid ko, we don't want your children to graduate sa homeschool. Hindi nila ma-experience yung papunta sa stage and everything. So, binalik ko sila sa regular school. Nag-regular school sila hanggang high school, and then pagdating ng high school, nagka-problema na naman ako. So, we decided to bring them back sa homeschooling. Yung youngest ko naman, ang naging problem namin sa kanya is meron siyang parang trauma because of what happened to me. Nagkaroon ako ng problema, and since sa problema na yon, yung parang takot siya hindi naman siya takot sa tao, kaya lang gustong-gusto niya ng appreciation ng tao. So, nahihirapan siya mag-associate masyado sa kapwa niya bata. What I decided then was that ibalik natin sa homeschooling yung youngest. And this youngest child started homeschooling from grade 4 to grade 10. So, yung pinakamatagal.
So, ate, how do you, kasi ang topic natin ngayon, syempre, Montessori and homeschooling. So, thank you for telling us that background and telling us the historical background of Montessori. So, why Montessori? Why did you choose that method for your kids?
Basically, the reason why I chose Montessori is because nung inaaral ko yung mga learning methods, as a homeschooler mom, ang tendency natin magbasa tayo na magbasa eh. Habang nagbabasa ka, marami ka na-discover. And one of that is na-discover ko si Maria Montessori and how yung kanyang methodologies of learning. One basic with Montessori is it is considered as an aid of life. Meaning to say, ang description ni Montessori sa methodology niya is not about technically academics, but rather how the child would grow as a human being, as a responsible human being. Ang goal ni Maria Montessori is that every child would succeed kung ano man yung kanyang pipiliin sa buhay pagdating ng oras. Sabi ko nga kanya, di ba? It's about life skills. Kasi yung ang sistema ni Maria Montessori, meron siyang dalawang major subjects na itinuturo, which is sensorial and practical life. Sa sensorial, ang tinuturo niya rito is about how the child, kasi if you're an educator, or alam naman natin, di ba, meron tayong tinatawag na cognitive development. Yung cognitive development ng bata, nanggagaling yon sa senses. Mukhang highfalutin, pero basically it's as simple as whatever the child can get sa kanyang community through the eyes, through the nose, through the ears, through the taste, lahat yon magre-register sa brain niya. And it gets to their brain, kasi hahawakan ng bata yun eh. Kaya nga, di ba, ang batang baby, pagka sinusubo niya yung mga bagay na hinahawakan niya, not because the child wants to put it in his mouth, but simply because the child wants to recognize kung anong hawak niya. That is how it works. So si Maria Montessori, ganun ang mentality niya, na it is all about sensorial. What the child sees, what the child recognize ng brain niya, because of the cognitive power of the brain that comes from the senses. So yung kinuha ni Maria Montessori as a major subject. Second is yung ang practical life. Practical life is all about ano ba yung araw-araw na ginagawa natin. Parang akala ba natin pag ang bata naglalaro lang siya. Si Maria Montessori hindi. Kay Maria Montessori, ang sa kanyang understanding is when a child plays, the child is not simply playing, but rather the child is concentrating at nagsosolve siya ng problem sa play niya. Di ba? Kahit naman yung play niya, minsan hindi naman, lalo na yung baby, pag pinasok niya yung object sa isang lalagyan, minsan hindi nag-fit, di ba?
Yeah.
Gagalaw-galawin ng bata. Do you believe that is already problem solving? That is how the mind works as per the understanding of Maria Montessori. So doon niya binild up yung methodologies niya. Sa sensorial niya, gumagamit siya ng mga real objects. Sa practical life, ang ino-observe niya is yung everyday thing na ginagawa ng bata, yung self-actualization na tinatawag natin. Ginagawa ng batang normal. Like for example, umiinom siya ng gatas, natapon yung tubig niya, natapon yung gatas niya. Si mami magkukumahog na magpunas. Why don't you allow the child to do it for himself? That is already practical life. That is already sensorial. So basically, ang Montessori, hindi mo kailangan ng didactic materials na binibili ng mga eskwelahan. Kaya lang naman binibili ng eskwelahan yun kasi bakit? Wala sila doon sa eskwelahan ng ganong gamit. Sa bahay, meron tayo lahat nun. Meron tayong walis, meron tayong plates to set up, meron tayong lahat ng gamit na yon. Ang Montessori classroom is an imitation of the house. So kung ako homeschooling ma'am, I would prefer to use Montessori methods. Why? Nasa loob ng bahay ko yung gamit eh. Ang pinag-uusapan natin, senses. I can teach my children about sounds using the toys that they have. For example, I have here an eyeglasses. I can instruct the child that this is an eyeglasses. What is the sound? The initial sound? E. So it's easy for you to teach when you're using the sensorial materials or the didactic materials, and you're using the everyday thing. You don't have to look for anything and buy.
Yeah.
Basically, what you have in your household are all didactic materials.
Yeah, ang ganda, no? I love the sensory. Yung focus niya talaga is what the child have. Hindi niya na kailangan imbentohin kasi sensory nasa kanya na eh. No? And
nasa kanya.
No, nasa kanya na, 'di ba? And nakikita ko rin noon kasi I think that's the first method I learned when I was still in my education years in college. And I really like it because it's so connecting. The child is connecting with what she has. Okay? Like yung pagpasok sa loob ng bahay, pagpasok sa loob ng school, saan niya lalagay yung shoes niya. Alam mo kasama lahat yon sa lahat na natututunan niya. But what I'm asking, no, may lesson plan pa si meron dito siguro ito magandang question from Jella Bandalan. So kung magsa-start pa lang siya ng homeschooling, how to start Montessori style if you're gonna start in preschool?
If you're going to start in preschool, ang sabi ko nga kaya, di ba, you can use the everyday thing. For example, if you want to teach about colors, kasi meron namang, ang Montessori, do meron silang more on practical life and sensorial sila, meron pa rin silang curriculum. If you're going to go to Montessori school, they will give you a curriculum. Yung curriculum na yon, yun ang susundan mo. Primarily, hindi mo kailangan bumili ng materials na meron sa eskwelahan. If you're going to teach about colors, anything that is inside the house, you could go with primary colors. Start with primary colors, then go to the secondary colors, then go to the neutral colors. The children would always appreciate kung meron kang bago sa kanya ituturo. Tatlong kulay sa isang araw would be easy for a child.
Yeah.
Now let's go for shapes. Alam niyo ba na ang Montessori teaches shapes as early as kinder ng geometric shapes? Nursery lang namin tinuturo yung circle, round, ang circle, oblong. Pagdating ng kinder, ang tinuturo na namin, cubes, ang square. Kasi bakit? Ina-associate na dapat ng bata yung learning niya from one step to the other. Pag halimbawa gusto magsabi ko nga sa inyo, di ba kanina, we're into senses. Gusto mo magturo ng sizes, pahawak mo sa kanya. But in the Montessori method of teaching, ang sizes, kasi commonly ito yung problema namin eh. Pag gumamit ka ng books, kaya nga sasabi ni Novi kanina, ang nag-design ako ng sarili kong material, simply because ito yung naging dilemma namin. If you're going to teach about sizes, books would always present big and small using ball or flowers. Teka muna, parehong small yun eh. When we teach small and big, what we're trying to teach the children is not really the outside appearance, but how we create in their brain the logical to abstract. Yung concrete to abstract. Ang bata kasi from 0 to 3, ang brain niyan is concrete. Kapag sinabi mo sa kanyang big, pag pinakita sa kanya yung big na ball, pinakita mo sa kanya small na ball, yun lang talaga understanding niya doon. So mahihirapan siya pagdating ng oras, pag nakakita siya ng bahay. Ano ngayon yung bahay? May bahay na maliit, may bahay na malaki. So big house, small house. What we're trying to teach in Montessori is for the child to understand and really comprehend that abstract method wherein big is house, small is ball. If it's a ping pong ball, a volleyball, they're both small. But there is smaller and small. For the house and building, the building is, both of them are big, but one is bigger, the other one is big. Now, how do you teach that in Montessori preschoolers? You don't have to have that much, what do you call this? Parang methods. Kailangan lang maintindihan mo na ikaw as a parent, kaya mong i-recognize yung difference ng dalawa. Kaya what we do in Montessori, I would suggest is that you read books about Montessori. How to teach Montessori. Primarily, it's not the same as traditional schools. The same as language. If we teach language, we don't teach sa regular school kasi, yung ibang curriculum, what they use is noun. Tuturo natin ng noun sa preschooler as naming words. Hindi siya naka-label as noun. Kating ng grade 1, sasabihin natin sa kanya, naming words is noun. So, makukonfuse yung bata. Why can't you teach noun as early as 3 years old? Kasi hindi naman marami vocabulary niya, di ba? Then give your child the right vocabulary. Why do you have to use naming word when you can use noun? What I'm trying to say is this. If you're going to teach a preschooler, use the right terminologies. Huwag kang gumamit ng baby words, if I may use the term. Kasi hindi naman maliit ang brain ng bata eh. Pareho lang ng brain natin ng bata. Maaaring physically maliit, pero yung neurons niyan, pareho lang natin. The only difference is that yung brain niya, kaunti ang laman kasi konti pa lang input. Pero tayo, maraming laman kasi maraming input. Pero I wouldn't want as saying na yung brain ng bata is maliit. Hindi maliit ang brain niya. Maaaring physically maliit, pero yung neuron sa loob is the same count as ours. So, huwag nating maliitin yung brain ng bata. They can understand noun if you were to name it as noun.
Okay, that's good. Thank you po. Pero sinasabi nila, kasi parang ang dami-daming materials na ginagawa sa Montessori, yung madaming manipulative. So, ibig sabihin parang magastos. Magastos ba ang Montessori, ate? Kasi ang dami-dami mga wooden stuff and all that stuff. Kasi mga sensory, di ba? Kailangan mahawakan and all that stuff. So, paano yun? Yan yung mga question usually.
Sorry ha. Pero kasi commercial lang yun eh.
Oo nga eh.
That is in order to get students. Let's be honest here. Before I am a teacher and a school owner, I am first and foremost a mom.
Yes.
So, ang pinag-uusapan natin dito is not only the budget, but maximizing what we can give to our children. The problem is, ang Montessori schools, nagko-compete kayo eh. So, dahil nagko-compete kayo, marami kayong display na materials. Pero lahat kasi yun nasa bahay eh. Di ba sabi ko nga kanina, lahat yun nasa bahay. Ang importante is, if you want to teach today about temperature, about senses, about hot and cold, you can even give the child morning ng hot milk, sa gabi bigyan mo ng cold milk, ay turo mo na hot and cold. Di ba? Gusto mo ituro yung soft and smooth. Kumuha ka ng object kumuha ka ng mirror, di ba? That is smooth. Kumuha ka ng pillow, that is soft. Lahat naman ng gamit namin sa Montessori school, imitation nga lang, di ba sabi ko, ng gamit namin sa bahay. That is how we present Montessori schooling. The only problem is that, sabi ko nga kanina, it's more of commercialized kasi. Pero hindi siya expensive. Kung gusto mo mag-homeschooling sa bahay, hindi siya expensive.
Hello?
Yes.
Wala pong internet ko. Ang ganda. Okay, but I'm back. Sige po, you were saying, totoo nga, no? Kasi nakakatuwa lang kasi akala kasi ng mga ibang tao, correlated yung mga wooden stuff with Montessori. So actually, DIY naman talaga dapat ang gamitin, di ba? Mga DIY stuff na mo makakatulong sa'yo na nasa loob na ng bahay na hindi mo kailangan maging magastos. Ngayon ang question, ate, mahirap ba? Kasi yung may ibang methods, di ba? Ito ba may lesson plan? Kailangan mo ba, pag sa Montessori, meron kang exact lesson plans?
When Maria Montessori started her school, wala siyang ganon. Basically, ano na lang yun eh, ang integration na lang yun ng mga schools sa Amerika, which we adopted here in our country.
Yeah.
Pero primarily, si Maria Montessori, ang curriculum niya lang is all about life skills.
Yeah.
Ang sinasabi niya lang is that, nasa sa inyo na kung paano niyo i-adapt. Yung Casa Bambini niya sa Italy na tinayo niya.
Yeah, on 1907.
Meron silang schools na Casa Bambini sa Italy. Gumamit din sila ng mga materials. Pero primarily, what Maria Montessori want to teach the children at that time, kasi meron silang tinatawag na mixed group. Kaya ito, dadaanan ko na rin. Kasi may question na susunod. Paano yung socialization ng bata?
Tama.
Na naka-homeschooling. Basically, si Maria Montessori, ang concept niya is that ang socialization should not be limited dun sa same age group.
Tama.
Mas gusto ni Maria Montessori na iba't ibang ages. Kaya nga yung classroom nila sa Casa Bambini, wala silang classroom divisions katulad sa atin din sa Pilipinas na ang grade 1 nakahiwalay, ang preschool nakahiwalay, ang grade 2 nakahiwalay. Sa kanila hindi. Ang preschool to grade 6 magkakasama sa isang classroom.
Galing.
Ganon ang setup. Pero sa atin, hindi natin magawa kasi ayaw ni DepEd. Pero,
nga.
Pero kasi nga, si DepEd naman, ang concern naman ni DepEd, hindi naman dahil ayaw nila. In-explain din naman ni DepEd sa amin, ang concern naman nila is because, yung multi-age, o yung tinatawag natin na ganong setup, hindi yun economical on the part of the school. So the DepEd also wants to protect the schools. Although going back, yung sa ganong setup na magkakasama sila, marami sila sa isang classroom, iba't ibang ages sila. Ang tendency ng bata, they learn from one another. They cooperate with one another. Ngayon, going back sa question mo kanina, paano yun? Parang ang hirap dahil
diba?
ang nasa... Oo. Pero basically, pagka kasi magkakasama kayo sa isang bahay at iba't ibang age group kayo, the tendency to help one another is in there.
Galing.
Yung kaninang sinasabi natin na merong curriculum, ang curriculum nga ni Maria Montessori is life skills. Since life skills ang kanyang curriculum, ang concept niya is that i-inject mo as a parent kung ano yung mga dapat na matutunan ng anak mo. If you think, ikaw ang nakakilala sa anak mo more than anybody else, pag sa tingin mo, kaya niya na yung susunod na step. Like for example, sige, nabanggit ko na sa kanya about senses, about temperature, about shapes, about colors. Now, I want to introduce sounding of ng phonetic sounds so that my child could learn reading. Ako makakaalam nun. Ngayon, pag alam kong kaya niya na yon, then I would start introducing objects na kilala naman na niya dati. Pero this time, ang emphasis ko in introducing the object is the sound, yung initial sound.
Yeah.
Kung mahihirapan ako sa phonetic sounding, katulad ko, meron akong difficulty sa phonetic sounding, what I did at that time was, gumamit ako sa internet, maraming video. Pero nung panahon namin, wala pang mga ganon. Meron si Barney. Siguro ba kilala si Barney? Si Barney. So si Barney ang classroom friend ng anak ko.
Wow!
Si Barney nagturo sa mga anak ko ng sounds.
Oh!
See? It's true. Si Barney ang nagturo nun. Sinundan ko na lang dun sa pagkatapos nung sound ni Barney, sinundan ko na lang ng CVC. Di ba?
Yeah.
So you can adjust, you can adapt, you can find different ways on how to help you. Pero I wouldn't want us to see na ang Montessori is very expensive. Sa atin kasi naging branding si Montessori.
Oo nga eh. Alam mo,
Pero hindi, dapat hindi eh.
I still remember when my kids are still small, you know what the best practices that Montessori gave to my kids? Yung nagtatahi, yung letters, tinatahi niya yung mga letters. Alam mo, nakakatuwa doon. Yung anak kong lalaki, yung motor skills, yung lalaki, hirap, di ba? Hirap sa focus. Pero once doon na-learn siya magtahi, lalo na yung S, tatahiin mo, di ba? Ang daming curvings doon. Tuwang-tuwa siya, natuto siya. And yung isa pang natutunan ko sa Montessori that I love is yung sandpaper. O hindi naman mahal yun. Pupunta ka lang sa hardware store, magka-cut ka lang, i-shape mo lang ng different types of letter yung sandpaper, tapos ipapifill mo sa bata. I love that too. So, hindi naman kailangan talaga maging expensive. Kasi si Dr. Montessori naman, nung 1907, wala namang mga ganung-ganung mga yung wooden tools. Ginawa lang niya, nag-paint lang siya sa loob ng bahay. And then, I think she started with a spindle, if I'm not mistaken. More on, talaga yung working on your sensory and then practice it together with your kids. Yes, and I really love that. Thank you. Kasi, like yung phonetics, siguro medyo expound mo yung phonetics. Paano natuturo yun sa Montessori, ate? Can you share that?
Ang phonetic sounding, sinasabay namin yun sa writing. Tulad ng sinasabi mo kanina, using the sandpaper, we would use these 3 fingers to follow the shape of the sounds of the letter, and then as you move, the child would do the sound.
Yes.
For example, letter B, you would ask the child to use the 3 fingers like it's like holding a pencil. You would start moving your fingers and then sound b, b, b.
Yeah.
But you don't pitch the letter.
Yes.
First, you don't pitch the letter. First, the sound. You start with the sound. Kasi makukonfuse sila.
Yes.
Or, what we do is, we don't give these little kids paper and pencil. We give minsan nga mas mahirap pa nga yung sandpaper letters kasi kung hindi ka naman marunong maggupit at hindi ka naman marunong mag-shape. The easiest is kumuha ka ng sandpaper, lagay mo sa tray. Sand pala, sorry, hindi sandpaper, sand mismo, yung pino na sand.
Yes.
Ask the child to write using the 3 fingers again. Write the letter doon sa sand while sounding it. That is already very good accomplishment for them.
It's true.
Kasi makikita nila yung letter doon sa, wala ka naghihirap na magugupit. After, pag hindi nila gusto yung ginawa nila, kasi tatanungin mo sila, do you like it? Do you like how you have written the letter? Kung sinabi niyang no, kasi siyempre mapagitan siya, gaganyanin niya lang yung sand. Wala siyang recognition ng error niya, o ng mistakes niya.
Ang galing.
Hanggang ma-master niya yun. And while writing it, doon sa sandbox, isa sound off niya yun.
Tama.
You're teaching both ways, writing and sounding.
Yeah. Kasi di ba yung mga
usual
challenging sa mga bata, di ba pinagpapalit yung B, yung D, yun yung usually, di ba pinagbabaliktad nila kung saan yung proper way. Pero doing that Montessori exercise, nakatulong sa anak ko on how to be able to write with joy rather than with tears. Di ba? Kasi yun naman yung
true.
For us to be able to inject a good learning experience to the kids. Now, ate, ang question ko, paano mo ma-apply ang Montessori sa medyo malalaki ng bata? Do you really advise this more on the beginning stage of the child, or how do you apply that pag medyo matatanda na yung mga bata?
You're referring to high school?
Not high school. Siguro mga middle school per se, or mga, sabihin natin mga grade 4, grade 5, ganyan.
Basically, yung primary stage, kaya nga diba sinasabi ko kanina, si Miriam Montessori is more on life skills. Pag sa preschool or hanggang 6 years old, which is grade 1, na-establish mo sa bata na nai-enjoy niya yung learning. Kasi yung na-establish ni Miriam Montessori, not really the academics, but the love of learning.
Yes.
That the child is enjoying what the child is doing. Pag nakuha mo na yung stage na yung bata, nag-enjoy na siya sa learning, magkakaroon na siya ng self-discovery.
Tama.
Pag nagkaroon siya ng self-discovery, magkakaroon na siya ng initiative to make things and create. Ngayon, pag dumating na siya sa ganung stage, pagdating ng middle school, hindi mo na problema kung paano siya tuturuan. Do you know na I stopped teaching my children at grade 2?
Wow! Paano mo nagawa yun?
They can learn on their own. They can learn on their own. I no longer have to teach them.
Yeah.
Kasi, nagkaroon na silang study habits. Number 2, bukod sa study habits nila, alam na nila na learning is not only fun, but it is a responsibility that I have to do to myself kasi I want to discover more. It's not about the parents pushing the children to learn. It's about the children's initiative learning on their own. Yan ang pinaka-importanting pinoproject ni Miriam Montessori sa atin. It's not about ang academics per se. It's more of allowing the child to learn on their own pace.
Tama.
And not only is it learning is fun, but learning is something that I want to, because I want to grow more and I want to learn more.
Yeah. That's good.
Isang basic din, more than the Montessori, is that yung culture sa bahay.
Tama.
Napaka-importante ng culture sa bahay. This is beyond Montessori. Like for example, in our house, everywhere you would find bookshelves. Ito yung household na mahilig sa libro. Some tendency, if they would see the parents reading books during their idle time, anong tendency ng bata? Kahit di marunong magbasa, kukuha din ng libro. Kunyari marunong magbasa. No, it becomes a lifestyle. Hindi mo na kailangan sila sabihin magbasa ka, mag-aral ka. Kasi it becomes part of the ordinary thing that they're doing simply because nakikita nila na yun ang ginagawa ng magulang.
Yeah.
They never saw me and their dad na laging nasa telepono, nakababa na nakikipagkwentuhan. Mas madalas na kami nakikita na nasa libro namin, nagbabasa o nasa table namin doing something. When they were young, lahat sila naka-experience, no? Kapag ang daddy nila, kasi nga, engineer ang daddy nila, noong unang panahon, hindi pa uso computer. So, naka-drawing table pa si Luis. The children would always go to their dad's lap. Ang gagawin niya, tanggalin niya yung plano sa lamesa, kasi merong papel na naka-cover doon. Bakit may papel na naka-cover? Kasi nagdududel sila doon eh.
Yeah. Galing.
It is very important that you create an atmosphere inside the home na nakikita ng mga bata na kayo mismo yun ang ginagawa ninyo.
Yes.
Ang tendency ng bata, it becomes a natural instinct. Hindi na yun parang obligado silang gawin.
Yeah.
And one thing very good in homeschooling is that what we do after the days, nung sabi ko, di ba, dating na ng grade 2, hindi na ako masyadong natuturo. They read their own paces, they study on their own. Pag may tanong sila, pupunta sila sa akin. Normally, hindi ko alam how it happened na naging nakasanayan nila na magtatanong sila during dinner time. During eating time.
Yeah.
Kasi yung kompleto kaming lahat. They would post a question and it is not primarily addressed to me alone. But it is addressed to everybody na nasa table. So sabi ko kayo, di ba, maganda yung mixed group learning, yung mixed age learning. Ang tendency, I would respond from my own perspective. Ang daddy nila mag-respond differently, si ate mag-respond differently, si bunso mag-respond differently. Then we will discuss. Without you knowing, it's learning.
Yeah.
Yung tinanong niya, na subject niya, na natanong niya sa lamesa, naging discussion na for the day.
Yeah.
That is learning. Yan ang sinasabi ni Miriam Montessori. Na, one, yung mixed age group. Socialization. Two, it creates harmony. Three, it helps them process yung kanilang inaaral.
Yeah.
Not by themselves, but with a group. Third, yung tinuturo ni Miriam Montessori na life skills, lahat kasi ng bagay sa buhay, pag tinignan mo, geared towards how you will use it in life. Yung sinasabi ni Miriam Montessori, yun yung gusto nung saan natin may adapt sa households natin. I had a seminar the other day. Ang isang dinidiscuss ko sa kanila is that sana wag natin gamitin yung COVID na reason why we are forced to do homeschool. But rather, gamitin natin na what had happened paved the way for us as parents to get back dun sa primary mandate natin, which is teaching our children.
Yeah.
Kasi ito yung dilemma namin as teachers. Now I'm talking as a teacher. Ang dilemma namin as teachers is that iniwan sa amin ng magulang yung responsibility of teaching their children. Iniwan din sa amin yung responsibility of training their children. At iniwan din sa amin yung responsibility of disciplining their children. Siguro, natin ibalik sa household yung trabaho na yun.
Yeah.
Siguro ito yung opportunity na pwede nating sabihin na, kaya ko to.
Yeah.
I am being challenged, not because of COVID, but I'm being challenged as a parent na I have to do my responsibility and my accountability.
Yeah.
Second, ang learning, hindi naman kasi yan nakakahon sa classroom.
Yeah.
Na nakasanayan natin. Kung titignan mo yung history, nalagakon lang naman sa classroom ang learning na magkaroon ng modern age. Kasi naging busy si mami at si daddy na maghanap buhay in order to bring their children to school, to educate their children. Kaya lang na-misfocus na tayo eh. Napunta na tayo doon sa, I have to earn this much in order to bring my child into this good school. Now, what is good school? The best school is always your house.
Yes.
Now, homeschooling is not only about academics. Homeschooling is about life.
Yes.
Nasanay na maibalik natin kasi nawawala tayo dun eh. Kaya ibinabalik sa atin ng Diyos yung mandate to do to be responsible again. Kasi nawala sa atin yun eh. Second, yung sinasabi mo kanina yung age ng 7 to 12, sila yung lahat naman sa bagay delicate age eh. Kaya lang ito yung age na nag-disassociate na yung bata sa magulang. Kasi meron na siyang peer group. Meron na siyang social interaction with the community, social interaction with the network, yung digital age, yung digital community niya. Nung nasa na si parent, hindi na sila magkasama. Although physically magkasama sila, pero this time hindi na sila magkasama. So, ang ginagawa sa atin, ibinabalik tayo doon sa magsama-sama tayo ulit dito. Ang learning ulit sa magulang, huwag nating sabihin na tayong magulang natin kaya. Kaya natin. Sabi mo nga kanina, si Miriam College, 1907 yun eh.
Kaya nga eh.
Di ba? Di ba? How much more tayo? But use the tools that we have. For the preschoolers, we do not encourage for the parents to use the digital world in teaching their children. You are more than equipped to do it. Your household has enough sensory materials to equip you.
Yeah. Naku ate, ang dami ko natutunan. Pero, nilagay ko nga sa private chat yung mga lahat na natutunan ko. Pero, I just want to, to encourage each and everyone. Kasi nga, with this time of pandemic, the principle never change, whether 18th century or 19th century. Which is, Montessori has given us that chance. If I'm sinabi mo kanina yan, Montessori advocates a predictable daily routine. Okay, kaya easier siya to manage, easier to execute. And then, you said also it encourages letting children work at their own pace. Tama? Montessori does that. And Montessori instills children a curiosity about the world around them. Okay? Di ba ate, di ba? Di ba usually din, minimix din ni Montessori yung nature sa yung outdoor? How do you do that nung wala pa ngayon COVID? So how do they do that? How do you mix nature and Montessori?
Ang basically si Maria Montessori is more on nature kasi nga nasa senses siya, di ba? Since senses ang kanyang primary concern, ang you have to touch base with nature. Kaya ang kailangan, meron kasing mga household na meron silang backyard. So may makikita sila doon. Merong mga household like ours, wala kaming backyard. So wala ka ngayong, hindi ka makaka-touch base in nature. In our case, sa situation ngayon, since wala, we can use the digital world to help us. Hindi na nila mahahawakan yon. For sure. Pero, pwede natin ituro sa kanila yon using the digital world. Ang meron pa rin mga, kasi ako meron akong mga books na naipon, na matatouch pa rin ng bata, albaw yung feathers. Siguro kung pupunta kayo sa market, may bibili pa rin naman kayong feathers, may bibili pa naman kayong, what you call this, yung ng cow, yung balat ng cow, na may skin pa, that you can still get. Yun na lang yung papahawak mo sa kanila para magkaroon sila na what do you call this? Mahawakan nila kung ano ang texture ng mga yon. But you can imitate like your hair. Pwede mong gamitin ng maliit. Ang bawa, kung may konting buhok mo, ganyan mo lang sa kanila. You can do many ways. Pero malaking tulong ngayon sa atin yung digital world. For them to see kung ano yung difference. Although kahit naman kasi sinasabi ni Maria Montessori na nature kung wala ka naman talagang access. Tulad ng mga anak ko, nung makilala nila yung baka at saka yung kalabaw na magkaiba, kailangan makarating pa sila sa Bicol. And what age were they then? Anong matagal na, malalaki na sila. Meron mga bagay na hindi nila nagawa. Pero I wouldn't say na na-deprive sila. Kasi marami parang ibang paraan. Ngayon wala na tayong option kung hindi yung digital world. Pero kung meron naman silang capacity, dahil meron naman silang backyard, may dog sila, may pet sila, then you can still teach that to them. Yung mga plants, yung mga animals, marami naman na sa internet na pwede nilang gamitin.
Okay. Ate, ibahin ko lang ng konti magsasabi ako sa iyo ng quote and then you give me one sample. Okay. Prepared environment in Montessori. What is prepared environment?
Prepared environment is the household itself. Okay. Prepared environment meaning to say meron siyang sensory materials.
Okay.
Yun ang sinasabi. When Maria Montessori says prepared environment, it is the environment wherein the child can touch base with the senses.
Okay.
Yun yung sinasabi ka natin.
Okay. Next. A sense of choice and control in Montessori. A sense of choice and control.
A sense of choice and control, meaning to say the child can have a choice kung ano yung aaralin niya for the day. Sa Montessori setup ng classroom, We don't give, yes, we have a curriculum. Yes, we have designed materials, but that's one of the reasons why we don't have books. Because when the child doesn't want to work on this particular material, we will not push. Lagi sinasabi ni Miriam Montessori, pag ang bata nag-concentrate over something, huwag mo siyang istorbohin. So pag nandun pa siya, may ginagawa pa siya, huwag mo siyang istorbohin.
Yeah.
Allow the child to finish. Allow the child to process. Pag sinabi niyang, I'm done, tatanungin mo ngayon siya, do you want to do this one? Even with my children, we always give the children the choices and the control over things of their own.
That's good.
Ang halimbawa, itong gamit na to, aking gamit ito. Or, balikan natin, gamit ng anak ko to.
Okay.
As a parent, do I have a right na ipamigay ko to without asking their opinion? Of course not. I have to ask permission. The same thing with lessons. Di ba sabi ko nga kanina sa inyo, kayo ang nakakaalam kung ready ng anak ninyo to move forward to another level of instruction.
Tama. Okay, next.
Kailangan makilala mo yung anak mo doon.
Sige, thank you. Sige, movement as the key to cognition.
Movement as the key to cognition is, okay, it is all about, yung sinasabi ko kanina, yung senses.
Yes.
Kasi ang brain natin may movement yan. Ang movement ng brain natin, once the child touches something, okay tayo. Once we touch something, mapasok yan sa memory brain natin.
Yes.
Pero hindi yan process. Pupunta yan sa short memory brain bago yan pupunta sa long-term memory brain. Between the storage to the short memory to the large memory brain, ang long-range memory brain, ang tendency ng brain natin kung paano tayo mag-i-input. Ang mag-i-input noon tayo, hindi yung bata mismo. Kung ano mahawakan niya, mararamdaman niya. So the child would know that it is cold. Pero hindi ibig sabihin, pag nakita niya yung bukas, maalala niya ulit na cold yan. Kaya may napapasong bata, di ba? Kasi pag alam niya, nahawakan niya ang hot. Pero bukas hindi niya maalala ang hot yan.
May retention
hindi
talaga.
Hindi maalala kasi ang short memory niya is only for a second. Yes. 1 second lang. So pag nahawakan ng bata na hot, ipahawak mo sa kanya ulit. Right there and then, sabi niya, mas tinanggal niya kami niya, turo mo agad, that is hot. O you touch it again. Mga 3-4 times. Pupunta na yon sa long-term memory brain niya. Whenever the child would see that, na may usok, tapos pakita mo sa kanya, kasi merong smoke ko, kaya hot.
Yeah.
So you're already teaching the child na hot and cold. Hindi niya nahahawakan yun. Yun yung cognitive recognition ng brain, ng movement.
Okay, thank you. That's good. Next, collaborative learning.
Collaborative learning. Yung diniscuss ko kanina, like tabletop discussion, yung tawag ko kanina, na pag yung bata, meron siyang lesson, tapos binanggit niya sa klase, huwag niyo sabihin na, wag mo yung tanongin kasi hindi pa ba yung lesson ngayon. Yung bata, he came across that topic in one of his readings. Huwag mo siyang shut off. I-entertain mo siya. You have 3 options. Ito ang ginagawa ko. 1 option, right there and then, discuss natin. Second option, tanungin mo siya.
Yeah.
Answer the child with another question. Like for example, kanina meron kami nun. The child was asking, yung anak ko mismo, Mami, yung circumcision, di ba? Panahon ni Jesus Christ, panahon ng Old Testament yon. Ano ba yon? Medically correct kaya ginawa ni God? O dahil ginawa niya lang para sa mga Israelites kasi elect niya yung Israelites?
Okay, that's good.
Pwede ko siyang sagutin diretso. Pwede ko siyang tanungin ulit. Anak, ano sa tingin mo? Bakit? Is it medical or is it because they are elect? Or, pwede ko siya sagutin ng ganito. Anak, let's talk about this tomorrow. Let's both read. Ikwento mo sa akin kung ano nabasa mo. Kukwento ko sa akin kung ano nabasa ko. Then let's discuss.
Okay.
Yun yung collaborative learning.
Yeah. Kung may mga tanong lang dito, siguro masagot mo, no? Sabi dito si April, how do I start teaching my kid the love of learning? He is already 9 years old, grade 4. And there is some sort of resistance. every time we start our homeschooling schedule, and I have this feeling that he just don't like schoolwork. Ayan. So, paano daw po
Ang
yun?
ganda. First, kung in-enroll mo siya ngayong taong to, I would suggest, kung yung eskwelahan niya dati, ang ginagamit pa rin na eskwelahan sa kanya ngayon, then discuss it with the teacher. Pero as a parent, again, babalikan ko, wag mo siyang pilitin.
Yes.
Kasi hindi natin pwedeng pilitin ang learning sa bata.
Yes.
Learning, lahat tayo pinanganak na merong learning skills. But the issue is, probably along the way of his studies, meron siyang hindi nagustuhan. Since grade 4 na siya, pwede mo na siyang kausapin. Tanungin mo sa kanya why he doesn't like it. And then start processing with the child kung ano yung ayaw niya. Pag sinabi niya kung ano yung ayaw niya, then tignan mong isa-isa kung paano mo unti-unting matatanggal yon. Pero right now, I would suggest na sana kung makukuha ka ng material na hindi masyadong mahirap para sa kanya intindihin. Even if you have to use grade 1 materials, so be it. It doesn't necessarily have to be grade 4 materials. Kung kailangan mag-start ka sa grade 1 at unti-untiin mo yon, tsatsagain mo nga lang. Pero, hindi kasi pwedeng wala siya ng innate nature for learning. Meron. It's just that yung methodology, hindi niya type. So you have to diversify kung anong methodology ang pwede mong gamitin sa kanya. You can use whatever his interest. Yung interest niya, doon ka pumasok in order to teach.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Sa music.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that, Madam Rose. Magandang advice yan. Kasi mahirap pag forcing ang learning. Talagang the environment and the atmosphere won't be pleasant for both of you. So instead of forcing it, try to discover it. Discover yourself and discover your child's learning style. Maraming pong salamat, Ate Rose. Now, Ate Rose, kasi nga, with Montessori at work, I just want to tell everyone, no, ang sarap na ng kwentuhan natin, ang dami kong natutunan din about Montessori. Nag-give birth tong Montessori, no? And I know, nung ginagawa mo ata yan, di ba nagkasakit ka? Ano ba nangyari sa'yo nun? Nung ginagawa mo yung module?
Nagkaroon ako ng problem sa brain. I was discovered na dalawa lang pala yung main vein ko sa brain when supposedly dapat ang ginawa ni Lord 3. Dalawa lang ginawa niya sa akin. So at the age of 40, pumutok siya. So nagkaroon ako ng internal hemorrhage. I was given 1 month to live. Within that 1 month, I have to undergo operation. Sa operation, ang sabi sa akin, I only have 25% chances to live. And of the 25%, 90% of which, gulay ako. So, nag-pray ako kay Lord na, Lord, kung gulay din lang, di uwian na. Kung gusto mo naman ako magstay, then gusto ko buo, kompleto. And then, pagbalik ko, after the operation, after 1 month, naging maganda yung operation. God answered my prayers. Kaya ngayon, nandito ako sa harapan ninyo. Then, it was then that I started going to Montessori school. Nag-put up na ako sa sariling school. Kasi lumalaki na rin lang naman yung mga bata.
Saka nakagawa ka ng materials in Montessori after that brain, Nag-surgery ka, di ba?
Ako na ang gumawa nagkaroon ako ng major surgery sa brain. Pero, dahil sa frustration ko sa mga books, kasi nga, kung susundan mo talaga yung Montessori method of teaching, yung mga books na ginagamit natin ngayon, hindi siya naka-align sa Montessori materials. Kasi sinasabi ko nga kanina, ang learning is not boxed. Pagka kasi books, kung ano lang yung laman ng libro, sasagutan ng bata, hanggang dun lang ang pwede ituro natin. Unlike kapag drill sheet, if the child can finish more than the required materials, then we give them more. If the child doesn't need that much material, we give them less. Not because mas maliit yung brain nila, not because mas mahina sila, no. Kasi nga hindi naman lahat ng bata interested, so bakit mo sila pipilitin? Kung sa kanya sa 3, pwede na, then 3 okay na. Kung yung isa gusto pa niya, kahit hanggang 8, bibigyan namin siya for that particular lesson. And kung libro ang gagamitin namin, limited yon. So we created our own materials from nursery to grade 6 in all subjects. Another
Yes.
thing, wala kasing,
Pakita
ang
natin
subjects natin, wala.
Sige. Montessori at work. Ito yun. Oh no, yan. Sige. Yan, Montessori at work. Alam nyo, I just want to tell bago mag-continue si Ate Rose, no? Siya po yung nagbigay, di ba? Meron po akong ginawang accreditation video. Siya rin po ang nagbigay ng scholarship po. Ito po ay hanggang August 3. Meron po siyang meron po tayong pipiliin na dalawa. Okay? Dalawa pong family na mag-enroll po dito sa Montessori at Work for free. Kasama na po yung Montessori at Work modules po. Sige, Hazel, can you move the slides pa? Yan. So the goal is, can you explain that to us, Ate Rose?
Yan, seriously cares and care about early childhood education. Pag sinabi natin early childhood education, again, I will repeat, it's not about the curriculum per se or the materials or the academic learning per se, it's about life skills. Kaya nga binanggit ko kay Novi before, when we do orientation, we don't do it in a group. We do it personally with the parents. Why? Because we want to know what is the situation of the parents and the situation of the child, that we may be able to relate both of them and bring learning in the house. Kasi ang tendency, iba't ibang parents, iba't ibang situation yan. Iba't ibang situation, iba't ibang bata, iba't ibang situation din yan. So we want every child to be treated as an individual learner.
Okay.
God-centered and fun education.
Yes. Okay, next. Next slide, please. Okay. Ate?
Kukunin ko isa, master lesson through bite-sized paper-based drill sheet.
Okay.
What we use is drill sheets, material. Ang maliliit lang siya, hindi siya madami. Kaya ang style namin sa kanila is that kung nursery ka or kahit grade 4 ka pa, we will provide only minimum number of materials per day on the first semester. Yung first quarter, magpo-progress yon para hindi mahirapan ng bata. So small chunks of materials and lessons daily. And what we're doing is we don't give them books in a way na parang yung material namin naka-subject organized. No. What we do is naka-weekly na sila. Pag binuksan ng bata, alam niya na kagad yung weekly lesson niya. So for halimbawa, ang August 24, nakasulat na rin kung ano lesson niya. August 25, ano lesson niya. Until the end of the week. So hindi na yung bata at saka yung mami maghahanap kung saan ko hahanapin yung material. Wala na kaming ganon. Pag pinagagaan natin ang buhay ng bawat isa.
Okay, next. Yan. Ano dyan? Pipiliin mo, ate. Independence or home-based?
Independently builds discipline and study habits. That's what I'm saying earlier. We're going to guide the parents on how to help their children mag-build ng study habits. Kasi nga, pag naka-build ng study habits, hindi na mahihirapan si mami magturo sa bata.
Yes.
And maaga niyong mapakawala niya pagtuturo sa anak ninyo kasi nag-build up na yung kanyang desire for learning.
Okay, next. Okay, yan.
Yan, wala kami, we will be using materials. Parang sabihin niyo sa amin, masyado kaming delayed. Kasi lahat na naka-digital world, bakit kami hindi? Kasi gusto pa rin namin ibalik yung natural learning ng bata na may hawak siyang pencil at may hawak siyang paper. The reason being is because we want to inculcate or teach the children discipline, perseverance, and reliability. Kasi kapag puro computer-based, ang dali niyang kunin.
Okay.
Parang hindi na magkakaroon ng chance yung bata na magkaroon ng development ng kanyang fine at saka gross motor.
Okay. Okay, next. Hazel, next. Okay na yan. So the start of the enrollment is August. Tama, no? Homeschool schedule,
No,
August.
start ng klase is August.
Next, Hazel, okay. Meron pa ba tayo, Hazel? Yeah. So, ang level po na ino-offer po niya ay preschool to grade 6. Okay, next. Okay, move. Hazel, move. Okay, yan po ang mga requirements, original copy of the latest report, child photo, NSO birth certificate, and application form. Now, why we're trying to go, first time talaga to sa iHomeschool. I never had any homeschool provider, but I just really give it a chance because I know the vision of Ate Rose. And not only that, because she's also giving away a scholarship. Okay? So, if you watch this video and you watch the accreditation, we're gonna give, Ate Rose is gonna give 2 scholarship na may kasama na po tong material. Okay. So you just have to keep on doing na yung you have to watch this video, itong Montessori topic po namin or yung accreditation. Tapos using the hashtag Montessori at work and the hashtag iHomeschoolPH, okay, and follow the IG account and the Facebook account. Yan, tama. Place the hashtag iHomeschoolPH, hashtag Montessori at work, and hashtag pag-asa sa pagbasa with your post. So may nanalo na po kaming dalawa. Okay? Ngayon po meron pa tayong dalawang accreditation fee. Okay? Dalawang accreditation fee na libre at meron pong dalawa pa na with scholarship po and with materials. Okay. So yan. Thank you so much, Ate Rose, for your heart. Talagang you really want to serve the
Thank you.
homeschool community. Thank you for your heart to serve the homeschool community and giving this scholarship dahil alam po namin na makakatulong po ito. And not only that, na alam kong aasikasuhin mo itong mga pamilyang to because of your heart to really be a blessing to these families. Thank you so much. Siguro, any last words?
Thank you.
Any last
Yes.
words?
For the parents, I would want to say the best thing that you can give your children is your time. It's all about time. Do not control their time to suit your time. As a
Yes.
Montessori mother, teacher, do not, never control their time to suit your time. Rather, arrange their time in order to help you manage your time. And also, sabi ko nga kanina, don't spend too much. Use whatever materials you have at home because when your children see that you are resourceful, they will follow the same. They will also be resourceful. Hindi sila maging extravagant.
Yes. Thank you so much, Ate Rose. Thank you sa lahat na na-share mo. Maraming pong salamat.
Thank you.
So, I will see you later. I'm just gonna wrap this up. Thank you so much.
God bless.
Yeah. Ay, ang dami-dami ko pong natutunan dito, no? Maganda ang Montessori. Ako, I personally use that in the early years or my kids. Later, a while ago, no, may nagtatanong nga po kung ano daw difference ng Montessori and Charlotte. Okay, if I may do this opportunity, no, Mason learn through stories and they study the Bible. They have plenty of outdoor learning. They have freedom to choose how to study. Kasi parang may nag-ask, and they use narration and study art and music. In Montessori, of what I have learned, no, they learn independence. They learn to read and write at a young age. They multi-age po ito, and they practice responsibility by learning use their time wisely, like Ate Rose was saying. They learn self-discipline. They also put materials when they're done. Kumbaga meron silang parang routine na when you use a material, they put it to their designated workstation. May routine, kumbaga. Okay, and they work in their own pace as well. And they're also allowed to be creative. Actually, magaganda po itong mga tinatawag nating mga method, but at the end of the day, you need to choose what is best for your family. Okay, thank you so much, Angel. Thank you so much. Oh, Ana, hello. Ate Ruth sa Maniego, magandang gabi po sa inyo. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hello, Mary. Hi, Lopez by the Lopez. Thank you. I hope to see you again soon. Hello, April. Magandang gabi. Thank you so much for watching. Nandito ata si Julius, no? And Wilma. Hello, good evening. Hello and rest. I think Gabby, hello, magandang gabi po sa kanila. Thank you so much for being with us talking about Montessori. Thank you so much that you learn a lot. So if you think there are some people who need scholarship, you can watch this video and watch the accreditation video and malay mo, makakuha po kayo ng scholarship from us. Marami pong salamat. Okay. Hazel, let's continue with our announcement. Okay, sobra po ako excited. This coming Tuesday, magkaiba po ang ating iHomeschool PH. I invited the authors of Halo Halo Stories. They are the authors of Alolong, Jose Rizal, and the Kasaysayan. Okay, learning history with Halo Halo Stories. So invite your kids. Let's learn kasi alam ko next month will be, I think, Rizal month and Wikang Pilipino, di ba? So let's enjoy our history. So I invited the Halo Halo Stories Halo Halo Histories authors para ma-introduce nila ang kanilang magagandang materials in history. So join us July 28, 8 p.m. in iHomeschool PH. Okay. Also, if you want to know more, learn about different types of PE, alam nyo po, itong magandang PE, yung AX Manila. If you want your kids to dance, you can enroll at AX Manila. Okay? You can contact their number 0917-147-9601. Okay. www.axmanila.com. Oh, siguro first time nyo po ako narinig because I really highly recommend this group because I really know them. My daughter has been with this group for, I think, she started when she was 3 years old. And not only that you will learn to dance, but you also learn, I think they have public speaking, they have also music. So if you're interested, they have online classes. You could be able to enroll in this. Not only that, ang maganda po rito, they insert really the Word of God in their classes as well. That's why this is really a good class if you're interested as well. So contact this po. Okay, next. Hazel. Okay, continue po to support ang Pag-asa sa Pagbasa. Please follow us in our Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and in Twitter. So next week, magdi-dispatch na po kami. Madami na po ang nag-apply na recipients. Maraming pong salamat po sa lahat ng mga nag-donate. At mag-donate pa po kayo. And please apply lahat po ng recipients. This is in partnership with Philippine Homeschool Association, Book Hug, Reading Library Activation and Reading Program, and Balebrar with Ate Janet Suson. Maraming pong salamat sa lahat ng sumuporta. So keep on donating your books and let us keep on reading dahil ika nga, okay, give a book, shape a mind, may pag-asa sa pagbasa. Okay, if you think it's yung content po namin na iHomeschool PH is really informative to you at nakakatulong po kami, keep on following us in Facebook, Instagram, and our YouTube account. And you can also join our Viber group. Dito po, usually, I put all my, kung may nakikita po akong mga freebies, nilalagay ko po dyan immediately. And not only that, I also give news about the DepEd and other legalities in this group. Okay, if you want to know more about homeschooling, you can buy my book, physical book at $750 and digital book, 500 pesos po. Okay. At pag bumili kayo, whether physical book or digital book, may makukuha po kayong student organizer and teacher organizer for free. Okay, maraming pong salamat sa mga bumili na and I hope madami po kayong natutunan. Hi! It's been a long day. Alam niyo po ba na nawalan po ako ng katulang I think 2 weeks ago. And it's really, for me, this coming days, it's really challenging, but God is good. And I really love to have this live show because madami po ako natututunan at nare-refresh ako. And I always learn in homeschooling, no? Yung mga anak ko talagang todo maximum chores sila ngayon. Kaya yan po ang beauty talaga ng homeschooling. And I'm really glad that we are learning together as well during this time of pandemic. Pero lagi po nating tatandaan in homeschooling, relationship is more important than academics. Ako po si Novi Antan, ang inyong homeschool coach, and I homeschool. Magandang gabi po sa kanilang lahat and have a restful weekend. Pahinga po tayo mga mommies, mga parents, kids, love your parents. Okay, bye! Thank you! Remil!